This little adventure series is brought to you in part by Sojourn Overland, Yucca Pac Campers, the Alberta Outdoor Adventure Expo, and Fart Systems. I just spent the last 45 minutes trying to find Zeus, because as I stood up to open the damn doors of this camper, he decided now was the time he was going to go pee. And he just pissed all over the camper. So now the whole camper smells like dog piss. And we've got to close it. We got to close it and get going.
Hi, my name's Dave, and I've spent most of my life outdoors here in Canada's Western frontier. I believe one thing to be true. Outside is therapy. It's where we both reconnect and disconnect. I hope you'll come with me as we build, explore, and repeat.
I know it seems stupid. It's just dog pee, wipe it up. Zeus has never peed in here. In the 2 years that I've owned it, I've been traveling with my dog. He has never done anything, with the exception to rolling in people's poop. I've been going at it with spray 9. It's Friday. We film Monday. So Zeus is officially banished from the top of the camper. He is now an outside and a truck dog, which I'm sure he's just fine with because he's in there right now. But we will have to find a laundromat. We're now behind schedule, which means tomorrow's Saturday. Saturday is going to be a 12-hour drive, and Sunday is going to be a 12-hour drive because we have to go find a laundromat. That'll take 2 to 3 hours. Sorry guys, I know it probably seems pretty petty from across the screen. He's 10 years old. He just really had to pee. I knew he had to pee. He has to pee every morning. But that was, I don't know what that was, but that was something else. I've had him in a rooftop tent for 2 years, and into this thing now 2 years. Not once has he ever done something like that. When he knows we're getting out. Like I was literally lifting up the panels. I need a coffee. Alright guys, we found the laundromat. We're gonna get these 2 sleeping bags cleaned and dried and then boogie on the road. I don't have change, so I gotta go exchange some cash for some change. Alright guys, so we made it to the laundromat. Obviously, and I did a whole load, 24 minutes, without putting soap in. So I bet you not very many people, Dolly. I bet you fewer people win than you actually think. Now you're supposed to actually put this down sleeping bag in a dryer bag that it comes with, but I didn't bring it because I wasn't anticipating having to do this. We've got 1 minute left on the timer. That is not enough time to dry everything entirely. I've already pulled the synthetic bag out. The down bag is back in there by itself so it can fluff up a little bit. And it's fluffed back. What a waste of time. All right, we gotta get going. So shout out to the small village of Atikokan, Ontario, the canoe capital of Canada. You guys have been great hosts for the 4 hours I've been here. Thank you so much for being so patient and curious about what I'm doing. Y'all are awesome. If you guys are making this route, I highly recommend you travel the 622 highway south to Atikokan. Tons of camping along the way, tons of epic lakes along the way. You can do some fishing. Looks like someone's going crawdad catching right now down there with a bucket and some crawdads. Feeling a little better about the day, but we have a lot of miles to go, so we gotta get going. Come on, Mace, let's go for a walk. Can't have nice things. Good boy. Just outside of Thunder Bay, you will find the Terry Fox Memorial. If you don't know the story of Terry Fox, he's a young man who ran from Newfoundland to Ontario on a journey across the country to raise money for cancer, which took his leg and then ultimately along his run, his life. Mix it all around. Realizing I've got an F1 code on my fridge. That Motor Bastard battery, it's not having it. We gotta get rid of that thing. But we're only managing so many problems today. And today we've had a few. So I'm not managing anymore. Not today. Inside. It's a gloomy night, but I'm super excited because it means it's going to be nice and cool and fresh. So I've got that window popped just at the corners. In order to make a comfortable camper, I considered as much as I possibly could because I spent so much time in the outdoors. And one thing that I concluded is that 100% waterproof things don't breathe. It's also super important that your canvas is breathable so that when it's closed, there's less likely a chance to develop mold. If you put waterproof things away wet, they guarantee will mold, and they take a very long time to dry. And then that leaves us, it's just an inferior way to create a habitable space. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because waterproof, but you don't want it to be airproof. You don't want it to be in a tightly enclosed space. You want it to be able to breathe. Things dry faster. The material has less stress on it. It's just the better way to go. Anyway, I'm going to show you my favorite configuration to have this camper in and see if it still works with the new fart system that I have. All right, we are running on limited light here. I'm trying to conserve as much battery as possible for the Dragon's Den. Hopefully we get about an hour to charge it in the interim somewhere, possibly. What was I gonna say? Oh, all you gotta do is take your skinny mattress panel, flip it over, and spin. What that does is gives me a hard working surface for a standing desk. And right now it's pretty low because I'm on a new fart system. But I think if I were even just sit down, this is fairly comfortable. Plus I'd have the picture window right there. I also wouldn't mind stepping down into the lower well. And this is a really nice working height. This is probably my favorite working height. Ooh, I like this actually, because then I could just, I'm getting tired, I could just have a seat there. Ooh, I like that. Nifty. Okay. Anywho, it's work time. So, let's do work. All right, good morning, everybody. We woke up to another dreary day today. It rained all night. And then stopped probably around 5 o'clock this morning. It's now 6:30. So we got coffee going. We're just gonna boil some water, make a coffee, and then we're gonna boogie on the road. There's this this mountain wisp that's just been kind of flowing off of the trees and out into the bay. It's just gorgeous. Sure is amazing being able to call this place home, isn't it? All right. No rest for the wicked. We got a TV show to go on. That's you overlook Old Woman Bay. Beautiful spot. All right, gang. Let's go. Fuel light is on right there. We're still good. We're still fine. We're not going to run out of gas. But an extended range tank is not a bad idea. Or now that I have that roto packs on the back, I might end up using it at some point. Maybe on the way back. We never know. You never know. Okay, thankfully, I did pre-download all the main highway maps on Gaia. So I just zoomed in. On Gaia is really slick. All I've done here is I zoomed in and I just push and hold on Schreiber, and it populates that it's about 33, 32 kilometers from me. We've got more than that, much more than that in the tank currently, so we're good. We're good.
A ski simulator.
All right, guys. Schreiber doesn't have fuel. And I wasn't anticipating that. We might, Zeus, no. We might run out of fuel. this is turning into a real problem. Oh, maybe. Hold up. Maybe. Yes. Okay. Chill out. Everyone chill out. Just chill. I think we're okay. If there's a Pizza Hut, there has to be a gas station, right? Is that an XTR? I think that's an XTR. That's an XTR. Yes, it is. Yes. Woo. That was close. So we're approaching our last camp for the trip to Toronto. And I wanted to camp as close to the Great Lakes as I possibly could. We're along Lake Huron right now, and the camp that I've chosen is apparently only accessible for 4x4 trucks. And I have a 4x4 truck. Sometimes that happens. If you're going down gravel roads, just pay close attention to your GPS. It's supposed to give you a prompt when you're leaving like a community and into another community. They're supposed to give you just a little prompt to say that you're now leaving, you know, this township and going into another township. And apparently that didn't happen this time around. So we don't have permission to be on reserve land, and it's important that if you don't have permission that you honor those requests. So a bit of a detour, but that's okay. We're gonna do what's right. Go find somewhere else to camp. On the bright side, we did get to do a little bit of off-roading, but I have identified a pretty gnarly squeak in this truck. So we didn't grease something up in the back there. So the rock shelf up we go. All right, let's see if we can get out of here without anybody noticing, so that we don't rustle any feathers. I don't want to be that guy, you know what I mean? So all right, let's talk about this for a minute, because I'm sure there's some people that might watch this that are like, Dave, what's the big deal? No one's going to show up. This is why it's a big deal. As a overlander, as a traveler, you're a representative of a pastime. You're the representative of a hobby. Now, it's quite possible that nobody would have showed up there. I could have stayed, could have fished, had a really good time. But there's a sign that very clearly said, you need permission to do here. Now, I could have went to the local trading post to get permission to stay there. And I'm 100% sure they probably would have been like, yeah, sure. You know, just don't leave it a mess. And it was super clean. The whole road in was probably the cleanest. It's probably one of the cleanest sites I've seen in Ontario yet. And that's the Serpent River Territory Treaty area. But what happens is all these cool places that are on iOverlander, and even iOverlander has issues because that's treaty territory, and that spot was on iOverlander as wild camping, and it wasn't wild camping. It's very clearly that area is set up for them to use on their land. So think of treaty land as private land. Think of it as land that's owned by any other person, and just respect what you're asked. That's sort of how this works, guys, this overlanding thing. And I'm telling you, that's why it's not for everybody. You can do this one of maybe 2 or 3 ways. You can dedicate yourself to only using public land, which is what I tend to do. Anyway, we're gonna pass all these amazing rivers and lakes, and we'll see you guys when we find a camp. Look at this place, man. Have a look at this place. You're not even ready. You're not even ready. I've got my own lake. I've got a fire pit. I've got a lake. I can't even right now. I can't even right now. Oh, my fucking kayak's falling off. We don't have a ton of sunlight left, and we don't have a lot of time here at all because we do have to leave tomorrow. So I'm gonna set the GoPro up. I'm gonna set camp up. I'm gonna take the kayak out. We're gonna do some paddling and do some fishing. Let's go. Yeah, that's what we'll put in. So I say we do a couple of short casts first, and then we'll boogie on out there with our gunner kit and some bait. Get my bearings here. Wow. This is incredible. Absolutely bonkers beautiful. You want to know a secret? Aside from the Alberta Outdoor Adventure Expo, I've never fished from a kayak, so this might end up being a little more entertaining for you guys than you think it should be. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna troll a spoon. I'm secretly trying really hard not to tip this damn thing right now. We only have a few minutes really to do this. Because we just don't have a ton of time. So we're about 8 meters down. And there are fish down there. One little guy. I so wish there was a way I could attach this. I should have brought a little bit of rope. Ooh, do I want to do that? I do want to do that. Now, man, it's saying there's 2 giant fish right underneath of me. Let's go do some trolling. There's no way there's that many fish down there right now. Jesus, something's wrong here. It's saying there's a giant school underneath here. Well, actually, what I think was happening is that the sonar ball was registering the surface sounds from when I'm paddling. And that's why we were marking fish, because it was looking at the paddles, thinking that the paddles are fish. Do you guys think those are birds, or do you think they're hippopotamus-sized crickets? Those are crickets for sure. How about that, eh? Oh, it's so fucking loud over here. I'm trolling both a bobber rig and a spoon. I just want to get into a spot right here where there looks deep so I can see. Just trying to see if there are fish in here. I don't know if there are. So many beautiful sounds here. So this is what it looks like on the deeper right now. You can see all that mess is from the paddles. It looks like there's a whole bunch of fish down there, but there is not. It's just all the noise from up top. We're running low on the battery here, guys, so I'm going to turn this off and save it for the return trip back to camp. And I'll use this guy if I have to for some vlogs. I love all the rock. Oh, hi, Bees. What are you doing? Zeus is following me along the edge. Zeus sleeps in the truck now because he can't be trusted with his bladder. It's just his age, and I get it. But I find it sad because I like sleeping with cuddling with Zeus. We've slept in the same bed since we were both kids. I got Zeus when I was 23 years old. I am now 33 years old. That makes Zeus, that makes the handsome man about 10 years old. This looks like a better place to pull out. It's been a while since I've had to do this too, so I'm probably gonna butcher the crap out of this. Oh, not bad. Sometimes the shittier the day starts, the nicer the day will end. This is our last night camping out here solo. Tomorrow morning we make the final push and pick up Tyler later that evening from the Hamilton airport, and then we'll stay the night in a hotel and head for CBC Studios first thing Monday morning. We're gonna turn in for the night, so I'll see you guys in the camper. But on a side note, I've been staring across this lake trying to figure out if somebody else was having a fire over there, because I thought I saw light moving through the trees, and I swore to God it was moving. But what was happening is I was seeing the moon rise up behind the trees, and I was able to identify that it was moving. That was pretty trippy. This little adventure series is brought to you in part by Sojourn Overland, Yucca Pac Campers, the Alberta Outdoor Adventure Expo, and Fart Systems.